How much do therapists earn in private practice? What is a realistic salary for you to think about? Can you make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, $250,000? How much can you expect to earn as a therapist in private practice? Hi everyone, I'm Kelley Stevens. I'm the owner and founder of Private Practice Pro, and I teach therapists how to build successful and sustainable six-figure private practices. I'm so excited you're here. In order to give you a good answer to the question of how much do therapists earn in private practice, I want to go back and tell you a little story. On my very first day of graduate school to become a therapist, there was a professor who, I kid you not, handed out articles that said, therapists in California can expect to make an average salary of $40,000 a year. Now, at the time when I was in graduate school, I was paying more than that each year for graduate school. I was taking more than that out for student loans. And the idea that I was going to be making $40,000 a year as a licensed therapist in California terrified me. Living in California, $40,000 a year was not even going to come close to what I needed to earn in order not just to survive, but to thrive in my career. And although I became a therapist to help people, I never expected to do that at the expense of my own financial goals. So I was scared. And maybe like you, I went to Google and I said, what is the average salary for what therapists make? So if today you went and Googled that, you might find this statistic. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, therapists in the US make an average salary of around $63,000 a year. I will make sure to link that survey below if you want the exact number. But here's the thing. My guess is that the reason you stumbled upon this video is because you've been Googling this exact question, how much do therapists earn? And you might be wondering, really, how much can you earn in private practice? How much are you going to be able to take home at the end of the day? And that is a different question. One thing that's important when you're looking at national averages is that not all therapists are earning the same amount of money. Some therapists are working part-time, some are working full-time, some are working in agencies, some are working in treatment centers, some take insurance and some don't, right? So really the question that's a better question is, how many weeks per year do you need to be working? How much do you need to charge per client session? And what does your overall overhead need to be in order to reach your individual financial goals? That's really the question that I think you were actually trying to Google when you found this video. So one of the most popular questions for therapists to ask is, can I earn six figures or can I earn over $100,000 a year as a therapist? And I'm whispering this is because so often as therapists, we are afraid to talk about money. Look, I live in the real world. Money is necessary. We have to pay our bills, right? So in order to determine whether or not you could earn $100,000 in take-home pay or $200,000 in take-home pay, you have to get really clear about doing some math. Now, many of us as therapists don't want to take the time to do the math to figure out what we need to charge in order to meet our financial goals. But I promise you, I am going to walk you through that math step by step in this video. So the first thing we need to determine is what your financial goal is. In order to determine how much money you're able to earn in private practice, we first need to break down the numbers. One number I want you to be sure to think about is net income. And what I mean by net income is your take-home pay, what ends up in your personal checking account at the end of the month. The reason this is important is because there might be other private practice coaches that you're watching out there that are saying, I'm making $200,000, $250,000 a year, but they're not telling you what their business expenses are, what they pay in taxes, and all of those things affect your take-home pay. So when we are calculating all the different numbers we're going to look at today, I want you to remember we need to be looking for your take-home pay or your net income. Now, we are going to be empowered through looking at the numbers. So I'm going to put an equation here on the screen and I want you to look at it. I'm going to walk you through it. I want you to take a look at this equation. All right. In order to achieve $100,000 in take home revenue or in take home pay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to look at your desired take home paycheck. Again, we call this net revenue, right? You're going to add that desired take-home paycheck to your business expenses plus your taxes. And that is going to equal the total amount you need to earn or your gross revenue. All right. If you need to, pause the video here and write this down. Now, one thing I want you to remember is that your business expenses and your tax rate is going to be determined by your personal and business financial situation, right? Someone on YouTube cannot tell you the exact number. And if they are telling you the exact number, I want you to run. All right. What you need to do is you need to sit down and make a list, or a spreadsheet, even better, of your business expenses. And also you need to determine what tax bracket you're in. And the best way to do that is to meet with an accountant, especially one that works and specializes in working with private practice therapists, and figure out how much you are going to be spending on taxes each year and what percentage of your income you need to set aside. So for the purposes of this example, we are looking at how much you would need to earn in order to have a take-home paycheck of about $100,000 every year. Now, without knowing your individual business and without knowing your individual tax rate, I'm going to give you a very rough estimate of maybe earning an extra $50,000. That's probably a little more than you need to be earning, but you need to talk that over with your accountant. Now that we know that the gross amount that you need to make, the total amount that you need to earn is about $150,000, we need to look at how that is going to break down in your week by week practice. This is where a little bit more math comes in, but hang in there. First, we are going to take the total amount that you need to earn, right? For the purposes of this experiment, we were saying you need to be earning about $150,000 a year gross, and we're going to divide that by 46 working weeks a year. All right, that's going to get you to about 3,260. That equals the amount that you need to earn per week. All right. Then here's the really great part. In order to determine what your fee needs to be, you have to divide that number again by the number of appointments you want to see per week. And that is going to get you your ideal fee. When we do the math this way, suddenly it becomes really clear how much we need to charge per appointment, how many appointments we need to see per week, and then how many weeks we need to work per year in order to achieve our goal. Wherever you are watching this video, you might be in California, you might be in Minnesota, another place that I've lived before, right? You might be in another country. Regardless of where you are, you need to do this math so that you can feel empowered of, okay, this is about what I need my fee to be. This is about how many weeks I need to work per year. And this is about what my overhead expenses are. So you can set some realistic goals. What I would really encourage you to do is do this math a few different times, right? Take the equations that I laid out in this video and use them to empower yourself to say, you know what, if I raise my fee $10, how would that affect my overall income for the whole year? If I lower my fee or I see a few low fee clients, how would that affect my fee further? What I would suggest doing is empowering yourself by doing this math a few different times. Run the numbers and figure out how would your overall income change if you raised your fee or lowered your fee by $10 or $20. Sometimes little changes in our fee actually increase our income by a lot. Same thing with the amount of weeks you want to work per year. You might be surprised by some of the outcomes when you do the math. So rather than Googling how much do therapists in private practice earn per year, you suddenly have confidence in your ability to earn what you need in order to meet your financial goals. If you liked this video, it would mean a lot to me if you would like and subscribe. I post videos every single week about how to thrive in private practice. I'll see you next time.